Welcome everybody, and thank you all for coming to today's RMIT's Open Day. My name is Alec and I'm a current marketing and recruitment assistant here at RMIT University. In addition to that, I'm also a student here at the university, currently studying a Bachelor of Business Marketing. So in today's session, we would like to take you through information you need to know about how to apply for a course at RMIT as a non-Year 12 applicant. So just before we get started, I'd like to do an acknowledgement of country. RMIT University acknowledges the people of the Woiwurrung and Boonwurrung language groups of the Eastern Kulin Nations, on whose unceded lands we conduct the business of the university. RMIT University respectfully acknowledges their ancestors and elders past and present. So now on to today's agenda. So we're going to be covering a few things today, but today's agenda will include entry requirements to different study levels, the application process, fees for different study levels, and important application dates. If you have any questions, please pop them in the live chat and we'll be able to respond to you live. So before we get started, may I ask you guys to answer these questions listed below. So you can put your answers into the live Q&A using the numbers of each option. So are you thinking of returning to study after a break in studying? Are you thinking of changing courses or transferring universities? Are you looking for new job opportunities? Are you working and looking to upskill or progress in your current career? Are you wanting to change career and enter a new industry? And are you seeking an Australian qualification? So put those answers into the chat right now, and I just want to have a look at all the different answers that we have. I'll give you guys around 15 seconds just to put your answers in, and then from there we'll move on to the next slide. Great, so thank you guys for your answers. Now we know why you guys want to return to study. So let's find out how we can do this. So now onto levels of study. Let's look at the levels of study. According to the Australian Qualifications Framework, there are 10 levels in the AQF, with each level referring to the complexity, breadth, and depth of learning outcomes. Each AQF level has qualification types, such as your bachelor degrees, master's degrees, which you can see in this diagram below. The lower level of study could be a pathway to get into the higher level of study at the same time. Each level of study is a recognised qualification when the student completes each course at that level. So obviously with your higher education, that's your postgraduate study and your undergraduate study. So you can do your grad certificates, grad diplomas, or your postgraduate coursework and research, your associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and your honours. And you also have your vocational education and your pre-university study, which I'll touch on into the next slide. So now talking about some of the entry requirements. The entry requirements for each level of study are specified here. So as I was saying, you've got your vocational study, so pretty much the basic or sometimes non-academic entry requirements for courses, your graduates, your certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas, which will usually run from around half a year to up until 2 years. You also have your undergraduate study, so applicants must complete one of the following, either being an Australian Year 12 student, Australian Vocational Education Study, so your VET and your TAFE courses, or Australian Higher Education Studies. So these are your associate degrees and your bachelor degrees. It is under our higher education bracket, but it is also known as undergraduate study. These can vary from anywhere from 2 years to 4 years. And lastly, you have your postgraduate study, which is applicants must hold a bachelor degree or an appropriate level of an advanced professional experience relevant to that discipline area. So these are your honours degrees, graduate certificates, graduate diplomas, and your master's degrees. And these can vary anywhere from 1 year up until 4 years. Now onto some of the types of entry requirements. So each study area shall require different types of entry requirements. For example, an entry into the art or architecture programs might have a range of criteria, which is not only ATAR, but also a selection task or folio and an interview process. So sometimes there aren't ATAR requirements for courses, but there might be a selection task where you have to submit some of your folio work as a part of your submission. You might have an interview with RMIT, and then that's some way for you to get into the course. On the other hand, there's also entry to maybe biomedical science, which will require an ATAR and prerequisites. So these can sometimes be prerequisites, can sometimes be subjects that you need to complete in order to get into that course. So it might be a 25 in science or math methods to be able to get into an engineering course or a biomedical science course, depending on what you're looking into. Other types of entry requirements are rank scores. So as I was saying, the ATAR score that you get. So if you're completing Australian Year 12, you get your ATAR score and you wanted to go into a Bachelor of Business, for instance, which is say a 70 ATAR, you get a 75, you're straight into the course and that's how you can get in. And as I mentioned before, it's also you also have your selection tasks. Now on to the application process. So firstly, direct applications at RMIT can be done entirely online. So this is one of the great things with RMIT. It is pretty much a direct and straightforward process that you can do on your own. However, our future student advisor is also available to provide you with hands-on support if you have any issues along the way. The table here does include what you should do in the 3 phases of the application process. So step 1, before you apply, check your eligibility, gather all supporting documents, update your CV and write a personal statement. So that's important for before you apply. After you've applied, submit selection tasks if that's required. So if you're doing a course that does require a selection task, ensure all documents have been uploaded, check your application portal for updates and provide further documentation if it is required. Now, once you have received an offer, you accept your offer, you enroll, you select your units for that semester and you select your timetable and then you're ready to go. So a direct application, as I said, can be made via our website. And if you do have any issues, please contact our future student advisor who will be able to assist you along the way. So now on to preparing an application. When you do hit the apply button on the program page, it will take you through the application portal. So this is that picture on the bottom right of the screen, and you'll be asked to create an account before starting to fill in your application. Later, you can use these login details to check the status or edit or withdraw your application if you feel that is necessary. There are 5 steps though in the application process that you will need to fill in. So step 1 being complete personal details. Step 2, choose your program. So up to choosing your program. Step 3, entering your details of education. Step 4, enter your details or your work experience. And step 5, upload required documents. So it can take 20 to 30 minutes to complete the application, given that you have all documents ready. So this is pretty much what it looks like. An example on the screen is a Master of Marketing, and the online portal section is also at that bottom right section. So if you guys do have any questions about that, feel free to contact the future student team and they'll be able to assist you as well. I'll now quickly play a video on how to prepare an application.
So you've found the perfect course and are ready to apply to RMIT. Not sure that you meet the entry requirements? Use our Pathways Finder tool to explore courses that let you start studying now, then transfer courses later. It's a time-saving alternative way to reach your degree. What's next? Start getting your documents ready. These include academic records, your CV and personal statement. If you don't have everything you need now, you can still apply and submit them later. If you need advice or you have questions, contact the friendly staff at study@RMIT and we will help you through the process. Now you're ready to apply. You'll find the apply button on the course page. Then select the application method that applies to you. You can find out more about the application methods on our Returning to Study page. Follow the prompts and complete your application. Good luck.
Great. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll now touch on a little bit about credits transfer. So at RMIT, you can apply for credits so your previous learning or experience counts towards your RMIT program. So I'll run through some of the types of credits that you can apply for at RMIT. First one being credit transfer. This is where we assess your previous formal study, and if you can demonstrate that you meet the learning outcomes for some of your RMIT courses, we can transfer the credit from your previous study to your RMIT course. So a lot of the time it is usually if it has direct relation to the course that you're going into, to say you've done something like a previous diploma or an application in business and you wanted to go into a bachelor degree, sometimes your credits can be transferred over, as an example, into that course, and it means that you'll spend less time studying in that next course, so then you can go into the workplace and start working for your life. Another one is your recognition of prior learning. So this is where we formally assess your previous work and your life experiences, along with any formal, informal, or non-formal learning, and determine whether this could be worth credit in lieu of study. So you must first receive an offer in the program of your choice in order to apply for credit transfer. So definitely something for you guys to look at. And if at all you guys are stuck on anything and you're a bit confused about anything that I've spoken about today, please just chuck it into the live chat and our team will be able to help you along the way. So now on to master's exemptions. So what is master exemptions? If you have completed an Australian bachelor degree or an equivalent or a higher level qualification in the same or related discipline from a recognised tertiary institution with the master's program that you're applying for, you'll actually be able to receive exemptions from the master course. So this is an example on the board here. Obviously you have the Bachelor of Marketing if you had it in your same discipline. So previously you were doing a Bachelor of Marketing and you wanted to go into the Master of Marketing, you'll have 48 credit exemptions and it would go for a year and a half. If it was a different discipline, so say you're in something in the Bachelor of Applied Science and you wanted to go into that Masters of Marketing, you would have 0 credit exemptions and it would obviously be a 2-year course. So it has to obviously have that relation to the course that you are studying. The Masters exemption information is included in the website of each course. And please just check the criteria for the program that you're interested in to see that you are eligible for that course. Now a little bit on fees and study loans. So all students at RMIT are charged fees that contribute to the cost of their program. The fees that you'll pay depend on your citizenship, the type of place you've been offered, and the year you commence your studies. So there are 2 types of fees. You've got your full fee and your Commonwealth supported place. A Commonwealth supported place is a place at university where your tuition fees is jointly paid by you and the Australian government. All undergraduate and honours degrees have Commonwealth supported place available, except for the associate degrees in aviation, majoring in professional pilot, which is a full fee program only. You also have your HEX and your HELP. So as a Commonwealth supported place student, you may be eligible to apply for a HEX HELP loan, which can be used to defer your payment of your student contribution to the ATO up to your HELP limit. So another one is your fee help, which functions the same as your HEX and help, but for full fee programs only. So most postgraduate programs, this is what that will relate to. So only for same eligible local students. So with the 2020 help loan, the limit is $108,232 for most students and $155,448 for students studying either medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, and eligible aviation courses. It's usually a little bit high for these courses as they do require a little bit more money in funding. You also have your VET student loans. So VET student loans are available for diplomas and advanced diplomas only. So it's like I said before, with your HEX and HELP loan, the Australian government will pay RMIT your tuition fees on behalf, and you pay the debt later via tax. Now on to direct application dates. So there are 2 main semesters per year. Semester 1 commences in February, where applications will be open from the 1st of August of the previous year. Semester 2 commences in July, where applications will be open from the 1st to the 31st of May each year. So late applications will be considered and offered if the places are still available for the courses. And for the courses that require selection tasks or maybe a folio, you can check our website for detailed submission dates as well. So make sure you guys keep these dates in a notepad or somewhere next to you, or even take a photo of them, as they are important for you guys when applying for RMIT. So that wraps up the content part of our session for today. Thank you all so much for listening. I know it was pretty short and quick today. We've covered a bit of information, so I hope you guys all took that in. If you do have any other questions about RMIT or anything about applying as a non-Year 12 applicant, again, please contact Future Student Advisor if you need any support. They can be contacted at future.student@rmit.edu.au, and you can also contact look at openday.rmit.edu.au. So now we've got a few questions that have come through into the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them all now. So our first question that has popped up is how to apply for recognition of prior learning and credit transfer. So this is a great question. You can apply for credit transfer or recognition of prior learning only once you have received an offer to study at RMIT. Please note we are not able to provide you guys with any guarantees prior to this. In the meantime, though, you are welcome to compare the structure of the program that you are applying for to the units that you have studied previously. This kind of helps you guys, give you guys a guide as to how much credit or recognition of prior learning you might be eligible for. So I hope that kind of answers your question. Another question that has popped up is my postgraduate application is late. What can I do? Yeah, great question. So fortunately, we're still accepting applications for the program that you are interested in if the places are still available. So it is advisable, though, that you apply sooner rather than later, as you don't miss that deadline and cutoff date. Another question that's popped through is how do I apply for a postgraduate by coursework program? So firstly, you'll need to check the entry requirements that are listed on the program page to ensure that you've met any of the prerequisites or have submitted any extra requirements that you need to fulfill. If you've already done this, that's great. You can submit your application through our Apply Direct system. So timely applications will close on November 10th, and we suggest that, again, applying as soon as possible, just to ensure that you don't miss out and you get everything done. For further details on this process, we recommend contacting our Future Students Advisor team at future.students@rmit.edu, which one of the team members will put in the chat as well. So I hope that answered your question. Another question that's popped through is there any postgraduate study information sessions that I can attend this year? So thank you for your question, and yes, there is. RMIT will be offering many information sessions, workshops, and industry partner panels for postgraduate study in October. So please make sure you watch our event page at events at RMIT and for more details about the sessions and study areas. Another question that's popped through is, how do I apply for fee help assistance? If you receive an offer to study at RMIT, you'll be prompted to fill out an application for fee help as a part of your enrolment. Though if you want more information on how this loan works and all the behind the scenes of it, you can consult the 2018 fee help information booklet that's provided by the Australian government. If you do need further information about applying for a fee help loan, please just let us know and put a question into the chat. So I hope that answered your question. A couple more questions just to wrap up the session. What is the maximum completion time for a degree? Great question. So in an undergraduate coursework program, the maximum time is the normal part-time duration plus 50% of the normal part-time. So up to a maximum total time of 20 teaching periods or 10 years. Please note that these time limits are subject to continued availability of the program and or the availability of transition arrangements where a program has been revised or renewed. Again, for further information, please visit RMIT's maximum time policy. If you need to discuss this in more detail, please just contact your school. So our last question that I've just seen in the chat is, I would like advice on career and employment. So this is a great question. At RMIT, we do have a setup at the job shop for exactly that reason. We want to provide you guys with as much information as possible regarding job skills and workshops, networking sessions, career events, resume tips, and assist you with our range of online career resources so you guys are prepared as possible to find work. For a full list of upcoming career workshops or to get your CV or cover letter reviewed, please just visit the job shop. If you are prospective students and require general career advice, we will also offer one-on-one career consultations from the 4th of October up until the 21st. So this might assist you as well. The service will be offered as an online meeting via Microsoft Teams, and booking links will be available from our website from the 20th of September, and our career consultants will be more than happy to assist you guys and give you tailored advice and career support. Please just leave your contact details in the chat if you guys do wish to be contacted and kept up to date with this new service. So again, that wraps up our session for today. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope I've answered any questions for you for today. And again, if you have any questions, please just chuck them in the chat and our team will be able to help you. Thank you, everyone.